Mariners obviously have good pitching, but Mets went toe-to-toe with them. What do you think tonight's loss was about?
It was a good game. It was a well-played game by both teams. A lot of good pitching from both sides. Obviously coming into this series, we know the type of pitching staff that they have. We hit some balls hard, and then only the 2 homers, right? But yeah, a couple of hanging sliders there from our end, and kind of cost us there.
Do you think that was the best you've seen Manaea look?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that's even though we lost the game. That's you got to take the positive there. His longest outing, you saw some 94, 93. He was pretty impressive. He was really good.
Would you consider sticking with him for another inning?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons why. You're looking at his longest outings of the year. He was already he kind of like the pitch count that he's been, which is like 60, low 60. And you saw the velo drop. He was 89 the last inning. You're winning the game. You feel like you're set up with your high leverage guy, who they've been pretty locked down with Rayleigh, Weave, and Devin. He just one pitch there. But Manaea did his part.
Carlos, have you seen anything different maybe with Rayleigh over the last week or two?
No, it's just a pitch here and there. Like I said, 3-2. He hung that slider there, a sweeper to Naylor. But no, not really. He's been pretty dominant for us.
What kind of a toll are all these extra inning games taking on you guys?
Not ideal. Not ideal. A combination of a lot of extra inning games, and then some of our starters not providing length. But it's part of it. You got to keep going. You got to find a way. Feel like we've been playing a lot of close games, and it's part of it though.
What would you say the biggest key for Sean to get to this point has been after what we saw from him in spring training and early on?
The work that he continues to put in day in and day out. This guy, when it was really hard for him, he was basically the last guy out of the bullpen, and he never put his head down. You got to give him credit that you saw him doing long toss and all the drills and everything that the pitching coach put him through. And when you see the velo now starting to come up, and we know the strike throwing ability, but now the cutter, the sweeper, throwing strikes. That's the guy that we saw pretty much in 2024, and that's a really good sign.
Is there a consideration for him to start again?
I'm pretty sure there will be a consideration. He continues to earn, opportunities, and based on what we saw today, I think he's going to be pretty much in play.
Bronzevon going to open tomorrow?
There's a good chance. We'll confirm here, and we'll announce it here pretty soon. But there's a good chance he opens tomorrow.
What did they say about that interference play in the 8th?
Yeah, the runner ran into the fielder there. Obviously that's a play that he's trying to beat him to the spot, but can happen obviously, and we cost us there.
Their starter plus the relievers that they used were pretty efficient throughout the game. Are you attributing that more to them, or was there any lack of adjustment on your guys' end?
No, they executed, and that's one of the things that we were talking as a legit pitching staff there. But you understand that you got to put together some really good at bats, and I feel like our guys did it, on and off. But you got to give them credit; they're a good team, and you just got to get back tomorrow.
You guys didn't get the win, but Mendy said this was the best he's seen you all year. What were you most pleased with?
Just attacking guys, throwing everything for strikes. Get ahead, and the pitch count was great. So, from that, it just felt like it was good pitching performance.
What's the behind-the-scenes work been like for you these last couple of weeks, kind of trying to get back to where you want to be?
Do a lot of things with Dan, McKinney, a lot of medicine ball stuff, water bag, plyo stuff, just kind of get my body into, good positions. And, I feel like the velo's crept up, which has been really good. And then with Justin, just kind of figuring out my sweeper, and, we have a cutter now, so that's been really good.
When it comes to those exercises, is that more strength or mobility for you?
Mobility.
When this stuff does start to creep up in game for you as it has, is that something you feel when you're out on the mound, or is it only sort of like looking at the metrics later that you know?
No, I definitely feel kind of like before the game, excuse me, just like mechanically, I feel kind of like an adrenaline kind of thing, and things just line up and they feel good. Today felt like that.
What's made your sweepers so effective these last few outings?
Throwing it hard and selling it, I think, has been really key. When I try to place it or try and make it perfect, that's where I fall into trouble. And the strikeout to Rayleigh, I think, was like a really good example of just throwing it hard, and it's probably the best sweeper I've thrown all year.
Going back to what Laura asked, what have the last couple weeks, month been like for you, just from like a mentality, mindset standpoint?
Just taking it day by day, putting in the work and, just building each day and, just coming in with a plan and feeling good at the end of each day and, slowly but surely, just been feeling really good on the mound.
You guys have played a lot of really close games, a lot of extra inning games. Just how difficult has that been to navigate team-wise? Just all the extra, all the high-pressure late situations, extra inning games, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's been, it's part of the season. Bullpen's been incredible the last month. I think Manny's done a really good job navigating everything. I know we're doing everything we can. So, it's been, these games are stressful, but we're right in it, and we'll get them more than that.
Mariners pitching is obviously really good, and you were one of two that were able to kind of be productive against them. What were they doing so well?
Yeah, you got to give credit sometimes to the other team. They executed tonight. I mean, a couple good arms we faced tonight, and we had a good game plan going in. Just weren't able to execute as much as we wanted.
You were obviously seeing the ball well before you got hurt. Missed a bunch of time. How have you been able to sort of come back as seamlessly as you did?
I mean, got to give credit to the trainers and the coaches and kind of everything we've worked on, and just trying to keep things as similar as possible, routine-wise, and in the gym, in the weight room, and in the cages. I think that that helps you kind of come back feeling somewhat the same.
What kind of grind is all these extra inning games for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but you want to come out on the other side of them. I mean, extra inning games are great when you win them.
When Sean is at his best as a hitter, how tough is it to face someone coming in from that angle with the stuff that he has?
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time, and that's for a reason. I mean, he's a great pitcher, total pro, great teammate, and I mean, at his best, he's one of the best.
I would imagine that this city is the most geographically close to where you're from. Is it any different just playing here?
Yeah, I grew up, spent some summers in Seattle and coming to games here, so this one was really cool. I was able to have some family come down and some friends from Vancouver, so this one, meant a little bit more, and wish we could have came out with a win there.